Hi guys, John here and Jack. Welcome back to another ripper of a day out here at the island.
It's good to be back.
Woohoo! We've got Jack back with us, and you've been up north enjoying the weather up there, doing a heap of stuff.
Being in bed mostly.
Yeah, you've been crook as a dog. That's been terrible.
Yeah, not good. But I'm back on my feet now, so that's fun.
Yeah.
I hope you've been enjoying my latest work, which is this new style of videos we've been doing. Dad, you've been down here alone, so you've been doing all the filming, all the directory, chosen the stories, everything, and then I've just gotten the files and put them together and uploaded them to YouTube.
Finally, the camera work became awesome.
Anyway, we hope you've been enjoying this new style of videos. I know you enjoy making them.
Yep.
I enjoy editing them. We really hope that you like seeing more of the island itself.
There's been a lot happening recently, and just last few weeks, there's been a lot happening around you, Jack, with Sweden's second largest newspaper picking up on some photos that you'd taken for a property. And they put that into their home and lifestyle edition, and it was so popular there that they're actually getting back to us this morning and asked if they can do an article.
A printed one.
A printed one, yeah.
So I made the news.
You made the news, and
Yes.
this is the second largest newspaper in Sweden with 4.9 million readers per day. So this is huge. Well done, congratulations.
Thank you very much. But that's not what today's video is about.
In today's video, we're actually gonna have a look at some technology that we use in keeping our grass cut.
As you can see, it is not cut at the moment, not at all.
Now there's a sizable amount of grass at the property here, and previously the owner used to have one of those ride-on lawn mowers. They're one of the Huskies. You know, you'd fill it up with petrol and around you'd go, spending time doing that every now and then during the summer. And it sort of got to this point where we thought to ourselves, there's got to be a better way of doing this.
So just, that has not been cut for ages.
It's a little bit to do with the environmental aspect. We've got plenty of sunlight here. We've got the solar panels pumping electrons into our batteries. So we thought we ought to utilize that. So we were going down the electrification path. Secondly, it was a little bit of a time factor. It took quite a while to get around on the ride-on. And thirdly, it was the child labor aspect of things. Jack was always the person riding the ride-on.
The solution to this is obviously a robot lawnmower. Now, what we settled on was this, the Mammotion Luba, a four-wheel drive RTK mower. Now, we got this set up and running last season. However, we've changed quite a lot in the garden since then, so now we have to redo the mapping, and we're going to show you how we do that today. With an RTK mower, there are two parts. There's the mower itself and the docking station, and then there's the RTK station, which we have set up over here.
Now, we've got it hiding under here, under a pair of my underpants, but they're not going to be there forever. It's going to be covered by a plastic bag. That brings us to problem number one, because we actually discovered a problem with Mammotion's hardware there. What happened is that people were discovering that these things were leaking, and of course, water and electronics don't mix, so they were dying. To the plastic bag though, ours is still going strong, and now we're into season 2.
Just logged into the app here, and they've changed quite a lot since last time. I do not recognize this at all. What's this? Manual mode.
Sounds like a new addition.
Right, so this is the manual mowing function. Drag right to start. Whoa. Okay. Fair enough. It's kind of slow, but that's new.
That clip height's pretty high.
Yeah. You know, you were saying that thing about child labor? Here I am mowing the lawn again.
Child labor isn't supposed to be fun.
So this is what the interface looks like. You have these mowing areas that you set up, and they're super simple to set up. You click create, you click area, and then you drive the mower like a remote control car around the area you want it to mow. It uses the reference point from the RTK station together with the GPS in the mower itself to know where the perimeter is. Then you can also set up what's called no-go zones, and that is basically within the area, where do I not want the mower to cut? And as you can see, we've removed the little cubby that was covering our water well, and so we have to make a new no-go zone around this. Okay, so it was no-go zone 12, and then we can delete that, and we can go back and we can create a no-go zone. So let's drive the mower close to where we want it to be, and then we click create, and now we can simply drive the mower around the object we don't want it to mow. So Right now, that's the water well, so we'll drive it around here.
I just stood on that and nearly, look at that. I would have gone down our 2 metre well. That was pretty bad.
Okay, that's not good.
All right, note to self.
So now we've driven a lap around the well, and as you can see, it automatically recognizes when you've gotten to the start point, and you just press OK, press finish, and voila. Now we can continue mapping. So let's go do some more no-go zones. Start. All right. So the impressive thing with RTK is it is accurate down to a few centimeters. So you can really go very close to what you want it to mow. As you see, I'm keeping 5-10 centimeters of distance just so it doesn't do anything stupid. But other than that, you can go pretty much as close as you want. As someone who's got about 27 bazillion no-go zones, I really wish that you could rename this. This area is just called Area 1, but I don't know which one Area 1 is. I'd like to call it the Apple Orchard, because then I know that if I want to change it, I could find it more easily. Now it's just numbers and areas, so...
Bit of guesswork at that stage. Yeah, that'd be a great improvement if Mammotion could instigate that.
Yeah, if you're watching, please redo. Okay, I've set it up now. I have a few tips. The first one is, if you're like us and have a lot of tree coverage, just don't have tree coverage, because that upsets it and it just ruins the setup completely. But if you do have tree coverage, make slightly bigger areas. So instead of doing like one no-go zone around one plant, try to group 3 plants together and do a bigger one. So now it's time to mow, and we've got some really interesting settings here. The first is obviously the cutting height. That ranges between 30 and 70 millimeters on this specific mower. Task speed, how fast it's gonna drive while mowing. You can also choose the path it's gonna take. Is it gonna zigzag back and forth like this? Is it gonna do a crisscross pattern, like a chess pattern? Or do you want it to go randomly? You can also choose how tightly it will do the paths, so the path spacing, what it will do when it hits an obstacle, how many laps it's gonna do around the perimeters, and you can also choose if you want it to offset the angle, so if you want the lines to go a specific direction. So let's mow this area here. It's called Area 8. It's going to take 63 minutes. Let's press start. The mower is mowing, and that's all there is to it. Just leave it to do its thing. Let's let it mow this area and come back and see how it's done. Alrighty, fair enough. It's done the first cut now. The grass is really long, so it's gonna need a second cut, so I've started it. It's now stuck over there because it lost connection. And that's one of the issues with the RTK mows, that if they don't have a good enough connection, they just stop. However, we usually just leave it and eventually it just reconnects and then it just goes on its merry way.
We're done for today.
Yep.
Luba's up and running.
Yeah, it will continue on best it can and hopefully do a good second pass here with the long grass. Yeah, highly recommend robot mowers. Do your research, check out the best ones. I mean, this is already a year old and I know that the RTK mowers have come a long way. Google something, but yeah, we highly recommend robot mowers. They're awesome.
Loved having you back, Jackie Dee-Doo. But I know you're heading north in a couple of days.
Yep.
See what we get up to tomorrow. If we do get another vid in. If not, we'll see Jack with us next time we see him. Otherwise, have a great afternoon and we'll catch you later. Over and out. Bye.